Welcome to the NCHA. I'm Steve Char, Director of Communications. Tonight, I'm joined by the Men's Player of the Month for January, Landry Schmuck, a freshman forward from Aurora. Landry, congratulations.
Thank you.
As we jump into it and talk about the month of January, I want to lead with the team. Aurora 7-0-0, didn't lose, unblemished. Can you talk about the team as a whole, just the performances that you guys have had throughout the month of January, but really the last month and a half has been really, really good.
Yeah. I just think for us, it kind of all starts in practice. So we've got a mindset to where like we kind of have that don't quit mentality. And so like every single practice, every single battle, every single game, we kind of just find that like instinct, right? And so like I just feel like the more we practice those battles, they just come through and in those games it just takes over.
Where does that mindset come from for the Spartans? You talk about practice, battle, battle, battle. Where does that come from? And then I would imagine leading into the games, some of the games got to be easier than practice maybe at times.
Yeah, I think our coach instills it in us that like we just gotta compete 100% every single practice, and so like when we get into a game, it just becomes automatic, you know. So
I want to share with the viewers, the Aurora fans, the NCHA, you individually for the month of January, 5 multi-point games, 11 goals, 14 points, 3 game-winning goals, and 5 power play goals. When you hear those numbers, do they shock you at all? Are you impressed by them? Kind of what are your thoughts?
for me, like I don't really look at it really. I just kind of just I love playing hockey so much. I just go out there and play my game, and whatever happens, happens. And I mean, that's good. It happened, and I'm like excited it happened. But like, to be honest, like that's all my teammates too. Like it's not just me. Like they help me out so much, and I think that's what makes our team so good. Like we got a bunch of good guys in the room, and like we come together as a team, and like we just get the job done. So it's been fun.
Aurora currently ranked third in the country with 3 first-place votes, which is the highest ranking in program history. When you hear that, and do you guys ever talk about it? Does coach talk about it? And then does it carry any extra weight, any pressure or target on your back?
I don't think so. Like our coach always tells us like just I mean, yeah, it's really nice, but like we just got to keep elevating our game, right? So he always just says keep doing what we're doing, but just elevate it every single day, every single day. So I mean, every single day we just come in and we just compete. We just try to win every single game we can.
Well, the Spartans have clearly elevated their play this season. You lead the NCHA right now with 36 points, 2 weekends to play. You're 4 points clear of Trine, 5 points clear of St. Norbert. When you look at the standings going into the last 2 weekends, is there going to be any scoreboard watching going on to see what's going on behind you?
I don't really do too many scoreboard watching, to be honest, but I mean, some guys will kind of chime in and tell us like who's winning and who's not. So I mean, like I said, we're just a team. We show up and we compete, and I think that's what our coach has instilled in us. And we try to get the job done every single night.
Has the talk at all started to come in from coach about winning the regular season, the Peters Cup, uh, just to know that you're within reach of that, or is this it's going to come when it comes?
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, there's talk about it, but like I said, we're not there yet, right? And so like we still got to get through playoffs. So like I said, we just take it game at a time and battle at a time, every shift at a time. So I mean, can't really say anything about that right now. We just gotta focus on our next games.
I'm curious from your viewpoint, Aurora's won 8 in a row, 12 of the last 13. Recently, what's the winning formula been?
Uh, I don't really know. Like we just like I know it sounds repetitive, but we just show up and we just compete. Like that's really our identity. Like we just don't. There's no quit in our game. Like if we're ever down a goal or two, like we get back to the locker room, we talk it over, we go back out there, and we just like push back, push back, push back. We just don't quit.
You yourself being a freshman on this team, you talk about no quit and being in the locker room and push, push, push. I'm curious, where is your voice kind of in the grand scheme of leadership on this team with the performances that you've had so far this season?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like everyone kind of is vocal in the locker room, you know? Like it's not just one guy. Like I mean, our captain's such a good captain. He leads this team so well. So I mean, we definitely we always lean on him and listen to him, and he always gives us good feedback. But like everyone's vocal, everyone's trying to lift each other up and push through each period. So I mean, it's we just try to get the job done every day.
I'm curious, Landry, where your work ethic came from, because as of right now, this interview, when you look, you lead the country in goals per game. You're second in game-winning goals, third in points, second in power play goals. I mean, I could keep going on of the accolades that are potentially coming your way with the performances you've had. Where does your work ethic come from to play at such a high level?
I don't know. I just think it's just the love for the game, Like I love the game so much. I'm excited to get to the rink, and I know the guys are excited to get to the rink too. I feel like it's not just me too; it's the guys too that help as well. Like you get to the rink and they're excited to get on the ice and like do certain drills or like do one timers after practice. It's just like I feel like if you love the game, you'll all just like you'll just find that work ethic, you know what I mean? And so it kind of just falls into place.
Is this season that you keep talking about work ethic and the bond of this team, is this team you're on in your entire hockey career, is this just a different feel from some of the other teams you have with the excuse me, with the success that you guys have right now?
Oh yeah, it's like we're all brothers, Like it's there's no arguments in the locker room. It's just I've never been on a team to where everyone just gets along. Like it's crazy. And I think that's why we've had so much success because guys just get along so well. Like guys cracking jokes, but at the end of the day, it's really good to see, Like it's no one ever wants to be on a team where there's tension and arguments in the locker room. So I mean, coach has really picked a good group of guys, and I think that's why this team has had such good success recently.
Do you think some of that is coach recruiting and kind of building this team, getting certain pieces in certain spots? Is it leadership? Is it a combination of everything? What do you think some of that has been to have that locker room camaraderie that you're mentioning?
I have no clue. It's just like even when I got here, like I wasn't expecting like what I expected. Like I wasn't expecting to go in there and just guys were real nice and greeting you and like I just it was unreal. Like then when guys are like that, you all start to play better and you gel good and everything's great. So
What has practice been like this week? You play MSOE in a home and home series, and then you end the regular season with a home series against Dubuque. Kind of preparing for the last 2 weeks. Has it been day by day, or what's the talk and the performance of practice been?
yeah, it's kind of like the same message he always gives us. Like it's just another week, right? It's another week. Another week of games. Just go in there, do your job, work hard, and yeah, try to get the job done again.
Last question I have for you, so the viewer is just going to understand you better. You're a native of Alabama, which is when you look at on a map is dominated by football down there. Kind of
Yeah.
talk. How did hockey come into your life and your journey to eventually get to Aurora?
Yeah, so my brother started playing until he was like 18, and then, obviously when your siblings play sports, you kind of like, oh, I kind of want to try it. So I kind of went in there, tried it, loved it ever since, and I just always was on the ice, always around the rink, always shooting pucks. So I mean, kind of just took over. Loved the
When,
game.
what age did you start playing hockey? And I
I
guess
started,
in
yeah,
juniors, how did that build up?
I started playing probably when I was like 6, around there. And then I played youth hockey, junior Chargers. It was a double A program up till I was like 11 maybe. And then switched to triple A in Nashville because they didn't have triple A in Alabama. So I had to drive like 2 hours every single day to practice. And it was a lot of driving, but was able to do it, loved it, and played for Nashville till like 16, 18. Played in the North American League after, and then now I'm here. So
What was the recruiting process like from the North American League to get to Aurora? I would imagine you had a number of schools probably vying for your talents.
yeah, it was kind of like age out year, like end of the season, started getting calls, and I really thought Aurora was a good spot, so this is the one I took.
Was there anything that separated Aurora from the others?
Uh, yeah, I think a big thing is like obviously the team, the players, but the coach too. And so I knew he was a good coach, so I was like, all right, no brainer, come here.
Well, Landry, thanks for your time. And again, congratulations on being
Yeah.
named the NCHA Men's Player of the Month for January.
Thank you, appreciate it.